I mean, that was embarrassing as hell to see Jordan's reaction and him cracking up and laughing. Come on. Plus, it's also crazy to think if the MLB strike didn't happen, how MJ would have fared in the MLB. For him to do what he did at 31, for him to come into Double-A ball, and for him to be good and improving. I mean, he had like 50 RBIs. He bat 200 with not playing baseball since he was a kid. He was only going to get better, and he definitely would have been in the major leagues. Maybe not an all-star, but he definitely would have had a role. Batting, 250? I mean, that's a good average for an everyday player, and that's what he was going to be. So that happened, which pushed him back. And then what happens if when he was in Chicago, he didn't call B.J. Armstrong? Because that's the whole thing that kickstarted him coming back. He went to Breakfast with B.J. Armstrong, and then he went to the Bulls facility to practice. Imagine if those two things didn't happen. Or if he wasn't in Chicago, if he didn't call BJ that day and they didn't go to breakfast, he could have come back later. And that three-peat that they had maybe never would have happened. Maybe Rodman never would have signed. There's all these what-ifs you can start thinking about, and it totally just changes the way everything is perceived, which is kind of cool. The season is going to be coming to an end, sadly, this Sunday. And I'm not going to lie, for, 10 weeks, 10 episodes, 5 weeks, they brought this country together, this Bulls team, and Jordan, and it's got people talking. And for that time, even if you hated the Bulls, and I hated the Bulls because I'm from Detroit, and it was just kind of an unspoken thing. You hated Chicago, and it's funny now because I do live in Chicago, but you hated them if you're from there. And I have a different outlook now, and I respect them. And I understand them, and I'm looking forward to these last two episodes and how they're going to play out. Also, another myth that was diffused was Jordan's dad was murdered because of gambling debt, and Jordan was suspended because of the gambling debt. Come on. Like, some of these conspiracy theories just want to grab at anything. Kind of like Tom Hanks is a pedophile, and that's COVID-19 is all made up. I mean, come on, just think. For the love of God, let's just think for a minute. But no, the series has been great. So happy that ESPN put it on early. Enjoyed watching it, and I wish there was more. Word on the street is there was a crew found around Kobe for his final season, and they're going to make a doc out of that. Oh my God, I'm going to cry my ass off because Kobe is my man. Looking at my mom mentality sign right now. I mean, I can't wait for that, and I'm sad about this coming to an end, but hopefully with the sports coming back, stuff's going to start getting back to the normal. We have UFC on Wednesday. I'll be posting plays Wednesday afternoon before the card. And then we have NASCAR and UFC this weekend. Again, I'll be posting my plays as I put them in. So make sure you're following me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. The TikTok. I'll be posting plays all the time that I'm personally playing. So make sure you follow those. And then we also, like I said, we got Churchill and Golden Gate coming back with Tampa and Gulfstream running. So stuff's coming back, guys. Make sure you're following me because, like I said, you guys have 19 more days of free stuff, and I'm putting out everything I can. So make sure you do that. I'm giving out fantasy advice. My fantasy rankings are up on etop21sports.com. I update those every week. Anytime new information is coming out, I'm updating. I gave Todd Gurley a big bump after I saw all the abandoned targets that were left for the Falcons. So I'm constantly just trying to give you guys as much information as I can. So make sure you check those out. Make sure you look for me this Thursday on the That's What G Said podcast. Where I'll be going through the NFL schedule. And I'll be telling, again, situational plays I like. That if the number's right, I'll be on some future plays, some fantasy plays I like. So be looking out for that. I'll be back this Saturday. I'll record a podcast. I'll give out my UFC plays, maybe some NASCAR plays, and just kind of, talk about what's going on in the world of sports. Hopefully MLB's plan will be released. Like I mentioned, MLB's plan, MLB needs to be on point because there's four major sports. MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL. And if MLB goes out there and a team like hypothetically the Reds get COVID-19 and they start the season, they have to stop, that is awful for all the rest of the sports, namely football. Because if college football doesn't go, colleges are losing all that money for all their athletics, and that's going to be a huge blow to them. Huge. And college sports will be dead as we know it, and will be an elitist schools activity, mainly on the East Coast. And I really don't think that everyone that's pushing sports to come back is comprehending that, as I mentioned before. But anyway, that's it for this Tuesday, May 12th episode of the ETOF 21 Sports Hot podcast. Thanks for checking me out. Give me that 5-star review, like, comment, anything you guys can do. Greatly appreciated. I'll be back this Saturday. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Stay away from people. Don't be stupid. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.